Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Joy of Exile, where I just share with you what I've been doing and having fun with in the game. Usually something that is a little bit lower stress, something that might be a balance or compromise versus the super juice stuff versus what I just find really, really fun in the game. So, what is today about? Today is about my Atlas farming strategy. It is an adaptation of what you may have seen the big boys doing, and I think you might like it. So if you've seen what the really big boys have been doing, they've been going all out into pack size, delirium, beyond, and all that, and they're investing 100 to 150 chaos into every single map and getting really, really good returns. Now, they're also using 50 to 100 Exalt minimum characters, and sometimes 200 plus X. And I have a build that I really, really like for doing fairly juiced content on a budget, which I'll have a build guide coming out for that soon, which get subscribed if you want to see the build guide for that. I'm really excited to show it. It's not anything particularly unique or new, but I think people are sleeping on it right now. So definitely look out for that one. Anyway, let's get right into it. I want to show you what my Atlas tree is right now, why I made the decisions that I made, and then I'll give you a little mapping example. So if you've seen what the big boys have been doing, this might look fairly familiar to you, but I've made a couple adaptations here. What is the core concept behind this? Well, if we want to farm delirium, we want to juice the pack size as much as possible. So that means using Beyond, Harbinger, Elva, and most importantly, the hat up here. That's what people are calling it. Take these small nodes that say 2% increased effect of modifiers on non-unique maps. There are 15 of these nodes, which means 30% increased effect. That just means when you're rolling your maps, all of those modifiers, they become stronger. So, 100 Fizzes Fire becomes 130 Fizzes Fire. But what they contribute to the map in quantity, rarity, and pack size, all are 30% stronger, which just means your time in the map will be more valuable. Now, the super, super juiced versions of these that you've seen actually ignore a lot of things that I find to be really nice quality of life. So I remove some of those super juice things because my general strategy is I'm just going to run moderately rolled maps with moderate scarabs and hope that I can get a delirium mirror. And then when I get those delirium mirrors, then I go as hard as I can. I'm really not forcing things with delirium orbs and going really, really, really big because my character is only about 15 exalts and I don't have a headhunter or anything like that. So I have to kind of keep it a little bit lower, but I still want to run my maps and kind of have them juiced and have really good returns. And it's been really, really spectacular. So what are the modifications that I've made versus what you might have seen for the juiced people? The number one thing here is I went all in on getting the percent chance for a delirium mirror. I even went all the way around here to get as much of that as possible because I am just running maps and I'm trying to get that delirium mirror. So the other folks, you're not gonna see that. Also, if you are new to delirium farming, Elva is the absolute core of kind of the master missions that hold this all together. She single-handedly adds a ton of monsters to the map, and that's actually one of the best ways to get 1 or 2 more rewards just from those Elva missions by themselves. Then we go all in on the Beyond nodes. Now, these Beyond nodes are actually pretty weak on their own, but they give a little bit of an oomph to the Beyond that you can already roll on the map. So what you want to do is roll Beyond on the map. You throw Beyond on the map device, and then you have a little 0.5 baby Beyond here, and that contributes a ton to the value of the map. So we get more bosses, more cluster jewel drops, and more reward types. It's just more rewarding. And if this is the first time you're seeing this, this might look really weird to you. These are those nodes that I talked about. These are the hat nodes. Each one of these is 2% increased effective modifiers. Now, if you want to get some more quality of life, and this is kind of a thing that I'm waffling on, and I'm thinking about moving those points around, this is 10 points that I could regret, and then I could just take 4 points right here, get a little bit stronger Elva missions, and I get 6 more points to play around with. So that's an option that I'm kind of playing around with, and I might actually make that change. So one thing that I've seen the big boys not do is I actually kept in Enduring Influence. Those Sextant modifiers are really, really good currency, and you'll find that the way that I have this strategy set up is I'm not really banking on getting those really, really big drops and super juicing perfectly. I have it kind of balanced so that I want to get some more money as I'm running these maps, get that consistent 50 to 100 chaos sale once in a while. And that's what Enduring Influence does. What that does is when you roll a Sextant, it's 4 uses instead of 3. And if you get something like Contains a Delirium Mirror, which we would probably use, but you could sell that. Or if we get something like Contains a Harvest, you can sell those for up to 100 chaos. Oh, and a nice little thing that you might notice here is we don't take Word of the Exarch. That's because, at least for me, I am only running the blue guys. I find the blue guys are just way easier to deal with. I like the modifiers that they give you. I don't die to that burning tar that you can't even deal with the burning ground stuff. Since my character is melee, I am blue guys all the way. I'm team blue all the way. But if you want to do the red guys, and there is a higher chance for better drops if you fight the Searing Exarch boss himself, because so many people are running the blue guys where you could actually get more money if you run the red guys. But anyway, I'm team blue. And a big reason for that is Shadow of Hunger here. 50% increased chance to find altars in the areas. I actually had 9 altars in a single map last night, and the amount of quantity that I got was absolutely crazy. These are really, really big nodes that I strongly recommend taking. Then we go through here. Flash Breach to me is pretty much must have as well. It means that you just get 30% more monsters, and the breaches are much faster as well, so they're not a pain in the butt, and you're not really worrying about your delirium time or anything if you're like up against the fog when you pop a breach. If you haven't tried Flash Breach yet, it is night and day for breaches, and it feels really, really good. Harbingers are just a ton of monsters, and they give you pretty decent drops. I've been consistently getting Exalted and Chaos Shards, and because of Unspeakable Offensive here, currency shards dropped can drop as currency items. I've even had a full Exalted Orb drop from a Harbinger. So it's just really nice for that additional quantity. That's the #1 thing that we're looking for. And it's just fun to have those baseline Exalted and Chaos Shards, just shoring up the foundation of the returns on every single map. Then we take the Abyss nodes here. So you see we have Abyssal Army, 100% increased monsters. Then these 3 nodes as well are 30% more increased monsters. So 130% increased monsters. Then the Scarabs actually give you even more increased monsters. Last night on an Abyss, I actually reset my Rampage counter. It hit 1,000, and then I reset again, got 200 more. 1,200 monsters in a single Abyss. Really good pack size, really good returns, really good for juicing that Delirium, which is the core of what we're going for here. If you've seen the original setup that other folks have been doing, they go all in on the Elva magic monsters and the Elva pack size. While that's really good, the concession that I made here, I actually went harder into the shrine nodes, and I felt like that was a decent sacrifice because while fully juicing the Delirium rewards is really good, and we do want to get as many Delirium splinters and the returns there as possible, since we're not running 60, 80, 100% Delirious maps, we're just going for those mirrors. We want to have a little bit of a balance there. I've actually found that those shrine nodes make a night and day difference in how quickly I can clear those maps, continue pushing how much currency I'm making per hour, and just the quality of life of not dying as much, doing more damage, running quicker. It just feels better and is more fun to me. So I sacrificed some of the Elva pack size here for going all the way into Supplication, Drawn to Power, and Syncretism here. So yeah, this is really 90% the same as what you may have seen if you looked up the other juicing strategies that people are doing, but this is my modification to make it a little bit more casual friendly, and especially with the price of simulacrums right now, because so many people are running this strategy, I don't think it's like fully worth perfectly min-maxing to get those full simulacrum splinters. I really go for that balance for like, hey, you know, how do I run the map faster, smoother, and more reliably, and have really, really good returns. An important thing for me there is Elva temples are selling for a lot of currency right now. A tier 3 corruption chamber or even a Doriani's double corrupt on a gem, they're going for nearly 100 chaos each right now. And just one of those is worth significantly more than an entire simulacrum. So I kind of decided to go a little bit more towards that. Like I was mentioning earlier, if I wanted to move some points around, if I drop these points and I kind of snaked through here, I would actually just go down to resource reallocation, get more tier 3 rooms. And I think that that might be one of the best plays you can do if you're a mid-tier map juicer and not like the big boys. All right, and let's do a little example of how we would roll this up. So first things first, we do our Sextants. Look for anything that might sell for really good currency. Look for anything that might be a pain in the butt. So area contains June. Pretty good, but I don't really care about that right now. I don't want to do any betrayal at the moment. So we buy some Surveyor's Compasses and we just use it and we pull that off. We can even check the price. Hey, maybe people care about this right now. Yeah, that's 10 chaos. That more than pays for the investment right there. So you can just put that up right now and then you can sell it off and we're making money as we're rolling Sextants. Next, we got players and minions can't take reflected damage. The most important thing here is 4 additional packs of mirrored rare monsters. Being able to run those corrupted reflect maps is actually really nice. I've actually been taking my corrupted maps that have reflect, putting them in a single tab, and then when I get the Sextant, I can run those maps. Pack of monsters, and Resonating Shrine. You know what? These are not my favorite, but they're not bad, so we're going to go with that. All right, and the main thing that I rolled my maps for is Beyond, but if you hit Nemesis and Bloodlines or anything like that, that can be really good as well. You can get Infused Nemesis here from a Harvest, which is really nice, but I'm just going to manually put Beyond on the map as well, so now we have double Beyond, kind of 2.5 Beyond because we have it on the Atlas, and let's cross our fingers and hope that we get a Delirium Mirror. And I'm going to open up multiple maps until I get one, so there might be a little bit of movie magic going on. So the first map that I opened here does not have a Delirium Mirror. Let me run this real quick and open up another one. Oh, hello there. So, I'm on map number 6 now. I actually did get a Delirium Mirror once, but it was a very, very rippy map, and like to the point where my character couldn't handle it. So we're just gonna show a regular map now. I'm gonna edit the clip before this so you saw the Exalt drop. I have actually gotten 2 Exalts in the 6 maps that I just ran, trying to get a juicy map to show you guys. And yeah, I think that that's good enough to at least demonstrate that this strategy is juicy enough that it's just good regardless. We have so much quant on these maps. This map was 113% quant before I actually put it in. And let's see, how much quant are we at right now? 167% quant on this map. Did not proc Delirium on it, but it's already, you know, it's feeling really, really juicy. So I think that at least this will be a nice demonstration to show that you do not have to force, absolutely do not have to force the Delirium. The maps that we're running are so inherently juicy because of the scarabs, because of the increased map modifiers right there, that we do not absolutely need the Delirium on there. It's just a nice bonus on the rewards on top. Now, it does make those maps harder and rippier. If you are a lower investment character like I am, it may become a little scary, and you know, you lose some portals here and there. But the returns are actually, they're out of control. Like I'm actually just making money trying to like hard roll these things to make a demo right now. But you know, the maps are high investment enough with like the 4 polished scarabs that I don't want to just burn them. So yeah, I've been here for like half an hour actually running maps trying to get a good demo one to show you guys. This one I figured was juicy enough, like the pack size is huge enough and all of that, you know, we'll go with this one. With this build, I am getting roughly between 100 and 150 Simulacrum Splinters every single map that I successfully run with a Delirium Mirror, and that's worth about 40 chaos right now. And that's, you know, that's a nice little bonus on top of the rest of the rewards that you might be generating there. So yeah, this character is, if you haven't seen the video on it yet, I have an intro video that I made a couple days ago that I'll link above right now. And I will be making a follow-up video, actually, kind of showing where I've taken this character. As you can see, the pack size is absolutely out of control. You know, I just want to reiterate, this is a 15 Exalt character right now that is able to do this pretty juicy content. And yeah, we're just killing so many monsters that the loot is really, really nice here. I mean, I'm trying to click this thing. There we go. Yeah, and so total invested into this map is like, let's say about 10 chaos rolling it, and each scarab, if we say the scarabs were 5C each, you know, about 20C on those scarabs. So, you know, 20 to 30 chaos somewhere in there. If we just, I mean, we got an Exalt, right? But honestly, right, like we're going to expect at least those returns. And in fact, I actually forgot to click Elva. So we're missing all of that. I actually recommend making a checklist to make sure that you're not missing everything before you go on your map. I have not been doing that because I'm just trying to make a video to show you guys. But yeah, just doing that to ensure that you're not missing anything can be really, really nice. Because you know, it's really easy when you're putting all those pieces together to miss something. All right. All right, we got a breach. Now you get to see how juicy a flash breach is if you haven't tried that yet. It's just many, many more monsters than you may be used to. And it's nice and fast too. It doesn't take more than 10-15 seconds for your breach. Just a quick in and out, 30 minutes, no more.
I'm not up to that just yet.
And I like Strand a lot because it is a double boss map. So we get double the map drops from the boss itself. All right, I'm gonna go loot this map and then we can talk a little bit about why I'm doing this strategy and why I find it fun. So yeah, I just started running this strategy last night and I'm already seeing really nice returns. I've gotten 5 full simulacrums. I ran one last night just to see how far I got. Wave 27, not bad for a little budget character here. and it's been really nice. I think I had one of these delirium orbs, so the rest of these I have gotten from drops from the strategy and getting pretty good exalts. I think I've gotten, I guess, 4 raw exalts right now. I had 10 before I started doing this. Some of that is, of course, exalted shards from the Harbingers. So I've gotten about 4 full exalts, not to mention everything else that has dropped. I've got roughly 5.5 full simulacrums, which is about 2 to 3 exalts in addition to that. And that's just since me starting to run it last night. If you've ever wanted to run juice content, and especially if you're not like a big headhunter type of person and you're trying to get that currency maybe to become a headhunter type of person, I think this is a great strategy to get it off the ground and consistently get really good returns while doing a very, very simple strategy. Basically just elk and go, a little bit of chaos spam for beyond on the map, and you want to get some scarabs in there. But other than that, almost everything is just coming innately from the Atlas passes right here, which is really nice for not having to manage everything like we had to as much in the past. All right, so that's it for me today. I just really wanted to share how much fun I've had absolutely juicing my maps. This is not the full giga, 100% delirious, bow headhunter type of person thing, but for a 10 to 20 exalt build, you're able to run those maps and just find really, really nice returns. And you're kind of doing like the baby juice that, well, you're doing a smaller version of the juice stuff. You can then earn that currency if you want to go into the full investment stuff that you see all the big boys doing. So yeah, do you have any other juiced alternatives that you've been doing? Any other mapping strategies that you think might be even better than this? Definitely let me know in the comments below. I need to get on stream at twitch.tv/Retractum and see how much currency I can earn today. So definitely join me on there if you want to see how this actually plays out in a longer term setting and say hello. That has to be it for me today. Enjoy the game, enjoy your day. Hope it's beautiful and nice out for y'all, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.